Hey everyone, Jan Morgan here. Going to give you a couple of seconds to join me, and then I'm going to tell you where I am and what I'm about to do. Most of you are probably just waking up today. I know that if I wasn't doing what I'm doing right now, I would definitely still be asleep. But so I got up at 4 o'clock this morning and got on the road by 5 a.m. to travel across the state from Hot Springs, Arkansas, all the way to Jonesboro, Arkansas. Why am I doing that today? Well, it's not a campaign stop. It's not a campaign stump speech. I'm not on the campaign trail today. I'm in the fight for Arkansans. And it's not too late for you to join me if you're anywhere in the Jonesboro area. I'm going to be at the intersection of Caraway and Highland Drive, hopefully with lots of other people, hundreds of other people who are in the medical healthcare industry, or people who are family members or just supporters of people in the healthcare industry. Because here's what's going on right now in our state and across this country. People in the healthcare industry are being given a directive. You either get the COVID vaccine or you're fired. So, folks, this is really not an issue of whether you believe in the vaccine or you don't believe in the vaccine. That is not the issue here. So here's how I prepared as a voice of the people to represent the people on this front. I have been traveling the state. I have met face-to-face with lots of people in the healthcare industry, all the way from nurses to doctors to scientists, leading scientists in this nation and in this state. People who have seen firsthand, who are more in a position to know the truth, to weed through all of the crap that's out there on both sides of this issue. I have seen far extreme issues, positions on both sides. But the people I believe the most are the people who are in the healthcare industry, who have seen it firsthand, who have witnessed the danger of COVID, the virus itself, and also people who have witnessed adverse reactions from the vaccine. So what I'm here today to talk about is absolutely incontrovertible, and that's what I'm going to tell you right now. This is incontrovertible, okay? This is what people in the healthcare industry have told me. These are leading scientists. Here's what they're telling me that they want me to say to you today. In this fight to stop the mandate. In the fight to stop the mandate. This is not anti-vaccine or pro-vaccine. It's the fight for the liberty to choose what you feel is in your best interest. And here's what the scientists are telling me from Arkansas that they want me to tell you today to represent them. The defining principle in America, the defining principle of modern public health policy is this concept of informed consent. Now listen to me. The defining principle of modern public health policy is informed consent. The absolute misinformation that is being put out there by the government, by medical institutions, and by public health organizations is this, that this vaccine is completely safe. The fact is, scientists say that I've talked to personally in this state say, here's the fact. The long-term safety profile of the COVID vaccine is completely unknown. The long-term safety profile of the COVID vaccine is completely unknown, folks. That's incontrovertible. And that in itself alone is justification for anyone, not only in the healthcare industry, but in any job, to hesitate and say, you know, I don't want to take this chance. I would rather take my chance with the virus than my chance with the vaccine. So what people feel like in the healthcare industry, as well as in any job where their employers are saying, you have to take this vaccine or you're going to be fired. They feel like this, like someone has handed them a loaded .38 special revolver with a cylinder out and all of the chambers filled with cartridges except one, and then rolling that cylinder, it's like your employer saying, roll the cylinder, shove it back into the gun, put that gun to your head. Now, either pull the trigger or you're fired. That's not a choice. That's not a choice of informed consent, because you don't know if when you pull that trigger, the chamber is empty or it's got a cartridge in it. Folks, what has happened is our government, our state government, our federal government, our public organizations, public health organizations, and our medical institutions are pushing misleading information that this vaccine is entirely safe, when the fact is, and the truth is, no one knows for sure what the long-term safety profile of that vaccine is. So every citizen in this country should have a right to choose whether or not you want to put that gun to your head and pull the trigger, or you choose to take the other road and say, I'm going to take my chances with the virus. And especially, folks, why would you force people in any job, and especially the healthcare industry, to take a vaccine if they've already had COVID and recovered from it? And then what increases the likelihood of long-term safety issues is the increased boosters that are being pushed now with the vaccine. The fact is, people, this is not American. This is not American. And even if you chose to take the vaccine, no one is saying you're wrong, and no one is saying that we're right. What we're saying is, because no one knows the long-term safety profile, we deserve in America a choice, because there is no such thing. There is no such thing in the case of this vaccine of a long-term safety profile that is known. It is unknown. The scientists that I've talked to in this state tell me this: they are not against vaccines. They are against disingenuous abuse of science. Disingenuous abuse of science. And that is what's happening in this state and in this country. And that's the message that I intend to deliver here in a few minutes in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Why are we standing with healthcare professionals? Because their jobs are on the line, folks. And look, your job could be next. Even if you're sitting out there saying, well, this doesn't affect me, I have my own business. That's where I am. I own my own business. Nobody's going to tell me whether or not I have to get the vaccine in order to keep my job. But we have to remember, folks, this is America, and we stand up and fight for each other. And the right thing to do, regardless of how you feel about the vaccine, is to stand for liberty in this country and to stand up for the right to choose. So we should join these people. Vax or no vax, you should support the right to choose. And my hope is that all of these companies that are trying to force this on the people of this country, is that all people will join hands and stand together and walk off the job and say, okay, fine. Yeah, I got the vaccine. I didn't. But even if you did, you stand with your colleagues, your fellow employees, and you say, you know what? It's not right to force this on anyone as a condition of employment. It's the right thing to do. And that's why I drove all the way to Jonesboro today, not to deliver a campaign speech, but to be the voice of people who feel like they can't be vocal right now because they'll be marginalized and demonized in the healthcare profession if they dare speak out. So I'm speaking out for them today. And I'm going to speak out for you across this state on this issue, as in every issue. And already people in the healthcare profession are reaching out to me and saying, can you come and do this in our city? Absolutely, we will. And I'm not alone. Today, State Senator Dan Sullivan and State Representative Brant Smith, they're going to join me, and we're going to speak up for you, and we're going to fight for you. I hope to see you there. I got to hit the road. I got to finish my drive to Jonesboro. This thing is starting, and we're going to be there. Probably will be broadcasting live. I'll see you there at the corner of Caraway and well, it's on my page. Look on my page. We'll see you live shortly.